Hi guys, it is Aoife from Fred Was He Died Laughing, and I'm here with my first February weekly wrap up of 2016. So as you guys know, I was in Norway this week, so I didn't get that much read. I read 3.5 books this week, which I'm pretty happy about, seeing as I was, with my friends most of the time, didn't get as much reading time. And then yeah, so I'm pretty happy with how it went. The first book I read this week I had started before I left for Norway, and I finished on the plane, and it was Spinning Starlight by R.C. Lewis. This is a book I got from Neck Alley, so thank you to them and the publishers for that. This is a sci-fi young adult retelling of The Wild Swans by Hans Christian Andersen, and I actually am not familiar with that tale, so I wasn't really sure what to expect with this book. I did read the Goodreads summary of this book before I started reading the actual book, and it just made my brain melt. There was something about it that just didn't click with me at all, and I just kind of shut down and nothing was actually going in. It was kind of, I wasn't digesting any of it, so I did actually go into it rather blind. I just knew it was some sort of sci-fi retelling. So yeah, so I was pleasantly surprised with what I got. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. This is about a girl called Liddy who lives on a planet where technology kind of rules everything. It's kind of the be all and end all. Everything is done with technology. People don't really write or read anymore. Everything's done through video and all these weird technology experiments and inventions and stuff like that. And it's a very, high-tech world, and people are rich and they're obsessed with reality like TV and kind of celebrity status and stuff like that, and Liddy is the heiress to this huge technology company, and she has 8 brothers. And then this one day she is almost kidnapped by these strange people, and she also finds out that her brothers are all missing, all 8 of them, and through a series of events she ends up on this other planet that she never knew existed, and she has no use of her voice. She can't speak, so she's on this planet with no ability to be able to tell people what's wrong with her. She can't speak, she doesn't know how to write, as she's never been taught in the world that she's grown up in. They don't use the written word. So there's kind of an adventure of her having to figure out how to save her brothers, figure out what's going on, and it kind of rolls from there. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I wasn't expecting to get sucked into it as fast as I did. I found myself really kind of from the start, like really starting reading it very fast and needing to know what happened. Really enjoyed Liddy's bond with her family, with her brothers. There was a real special bond between them. Her love for them was very evident, and then there's Back. They weren't really in the story that much, as obviously there's a reason why they disappeared, so you don't really see them in, I guess, real time in the book, but you do see them in memories that Liddy has interspersed throughout all the books. There are memories of Liddy's childhood and different moments with all of her brothers, and I really liked them. I really enjoyed her brothers. I just thought they were all so cute. I got really sucked into the story, because Liddy doesn't use her voice. There are certain moments in it where she just needs to scream or she needs to say something, and I actually found myself gasping or almost yelling in shock at different things because I knew Liddy wasn't able to do it, so I was almost doing it for her. So as you can tell, I really got into the story. I really enjoyed it, and overall I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars, as I've said, and I really can't wait to read R.C. Lewis's other book, which I've also heard is really good. I think it's Stitching Snow. It's a Snow White retelling, so I can't wait to read that one. It sounds absolutely amazing, and I just really liked this, and I just think there's going to be so much more to come from this author because this one was really good. The next book I read was High Stakes by Meg Cabot. This is the second book in the Mediator series. As you guys know, I'm rereading it to eventually get to Remembrance, which was out this week, which is the, a new book in the Mediator series. So this just follows on with Suze, who is a 16-year-old girl who can kind of talk to spirits of dead people and help them move on, and she's on another mystery of finding out a certain person this ghost wants her to talk to, and she kind of is going here, there and everywhere and just making all sorts of mistakes and getting into all sorts of trouble, as she always does. And this one was good. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars as well. Looking back, and I think I might drop it down to 4 stars. I don't think I was as sucked into it. I think there's a little bit of repetition going on, and I do feel that the second book, it's okay to kind of repeat a lot of the facts, and I think by the 3rd or 4th book you kind of stop repeating all the facts that the reader should already know about Suze's life. And this was the second book, so the facts were repeated, but I do know what Meg Cabot's writing style is like, so I know there's going to be a lot of repetition in the next few books, and I'm not really looking forward to that, as you know, she did annoy me a little bit at certain times in this book with, you know, kind of telling me what I already knew. So I did give it a 5 stars. I'll probably drop it down to 4 stars, but I did really enjoy it. I do like going back to this series, and yeah, so I'm looking forward to the next one. And the final book I managed to finish this week was Poison Study by Maria V.Snyder. If people have been following my channel, you guys know I've been wanting to reread this one for a while now, and I was not disappointed. This book is so fabulous. It's been a while since I read this series, so I could only remember like literally the basics of Yelena being up for execution, managing to get a pardon to become the poison tester instead, and that's basically all I knew, and like some little bits and bobs, you know, which obviously I won't say because I'll spoil the plot, but yeah, I forgot so much of this book, so it was so great to go back to reading it and kind of getting it all as if I was reading it for the first time, but knowing that it was a great book and I was going to love it. So it was such a fabulous experience. I absolutely loved the book. I love Yelena. She's just a fantastic character, and she's 19 years old. She's almost 20 years old, so she's not the normal YA protagonist. She's not a 16-year-old girl who doesn't really know her own self. She is very like, she doesn't know herself, and by the end of the book she knows herself even more. She's really come into her own, and she's just a fabulous character, a fabulous female character in my opinion. And then again, you know, the love interest, well, there's not really a huge love interest in the book, but you know, there are certain characters in the book that I just fell in love with all over again. There were characters that I'd forgotten about that, you know, that I loved the first time I read them, and I just loved them again, and I realised why I loved them so much, and I just loved it. It's a 5 out of 5 stars. This series is definitely one of my favourite series of all time. I can't wait to read the next two. I can't wait to go on and read more of the books in this world, and yeah, so it's a 5 out of 5 stars, and yeah, I'm just dying to pick up the next book now. And the book I'm currently reading is Onyx by Jennifer L.Armentrout. I just don't have it finished yet. I'm about 75% through it at the moment, so I'll talk about that next week, but I am enjoying it so far. It's a little bit annoying. Katie's annoying me a little bit in it, but other than that, I am enjoying it. And I thought I would show you guys some of the bookish things I got in Norway. I finally managed to get myself an adult colouring book. I think this one is The Enchanted Forest, but I actually don't speak Norwegian, so I'm not sure which one it actually is, but I kind of like the idea of having one in a different language. It's just, I don't know, I just really like it. So I can't wait to fill this whole thing out and just have loads of colours. So I managed to fill the first page, and then I also did the second page in marker or felt tip marker as well, and then I'm currently halfway through this one. So this is just really nice while I'm watching my shows and just colouring as I'm watching my shows. It gives me something to do, because I often find myself trying to do other things while I'm watching TV shows, and I can't just sit still and watch a TV show. So this is actually something really great for me to do as well. And then I also got this little guy for my bookshelf. I just thought he was so funny. The trolls over in Norway that you can get, the little figurines, are absolutely adorable. I do have this one here that my friend from Norway sent me before, so now I have this guy as well. I just love him, and he is just going to fit right there, and that is going to be his spot. So that is all I read this week. Not too much. Hopefully I'll read more this week, but please let me know what you guys are reading this week, and I will see you guys again next time. Bye!